Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the second ever Professor Woodshed stream, guys. Hope you guys are going to have a fantastic Thursday. Did the package come? I don't know. Did it say this was delivered, Big Bad? I'm not exactly sure. Oh, hi. I'm super sparkly. Let me fix some stuff up here, guys. Let me fix some stuff up. Let's see. The Prof Cam. All right, we'll do a little filters here, and let's see if I can get myself a little less sparkly. Maybe. Seems good. Cool. I gotta find the tracking number. One sec. All right, cool. It's a minor. What is up? Hasika, good morning. Big Bad, Levi, Jack River, Lady Raven. What's up, everybody? Nice sparkly hat, Rush. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a nice Twitch hat. All right, so we're gonna be jumping into some stuff today, guys. Oh, thank you very much. I was like, what are the notifications? I don't know what they are. Thank you very much for the host, Lady Raven. Really appreciate that. All right, we're going to be jumping into some beats. I did pick up this earlier this week, in case anybody's wondering what we're doing for inputs. I have a MIDI keyboard. It works out really well. Feels weird being a normal. We're not really at the point that we need to do any of that stuff, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you so much for the host as well. Gotta love that little SpongeBob, you know what I'm saying? Couple reminders, guys. Couple reminders over here. This is an educational stream. We'll be doing a lot of education. I'll be happy to answer any musical questions that you guys have. In fact, I love going on a little bit of tangents from time to time about whatever musical things may tickle your fancy. But, I need you guys to call me on this. Because I'm going to try to keep this PG. And you guys all know me. You guys all know me. And I'm not the most PG guy on stream. All right, so just call me out on it. Be like, swear jar or something like that. I think we're going to do like a swear jar for this channel. Anyway, dudes, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope you guys are having a good one. And we're going to jump into some stuff today. We're going to go to our blank documents. And we're going to change our instruments. And we're going to be going a little bit more of drums and percussion. We're going to be doing a little drum set rock. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, go ahead and add that up. It will be in 4/4 for the most part. There's going to be a few changes that are going on in this first one. I do want to do the ink pen because it looks nice. Bar length looks good, and this is going to be. We don't really need our keys, but we can do. Title is Drum Set Essential Styles. Composer, songwriter, this one, I hate saying like this is like, because it's not, I wrote the document, right? But I mean, did I really come up with a Latin beat? Did I really come up with a Latin beat? I wasn't going to say anything, but just find out where the smell was coming from. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Am I the lyricist? All right, let's go ahead and create this up. Let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. I think it should be a fun time. Learning our Sibelius. All right, cool. All right, I actually might need a little bit of that right now, and then we're going to go to note input here, and this one's going to be weird. It's going to be like one click. Yeah. What are my sounds again? Do I have my sounds here? Or do I have to be on note inputs in order for this to work? Oh, actually, I think I might need to do this. Note inputs, input devices. Note inputs, input devices. Oh, okay. Find new input devices. There we go. Cool. Okay. There we go. If anything, that's burnt coffee. All right. All right, that's basically what we want to do. All right, so some basic Latin stuff. We're going to start with a few basic Latin beats. They're nothing too crazy. We'll get into, I guess we'll just do some eighth notes here. So we'll go 3 note inputs, and then I think I just want to grab an eighth note here and then be like, all right, so it's going to be on count 2. I think we'll make this a quarter note, and we'll make it a, actually, well, that's going to be over here on the bell. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. All right, cool. And then we're going to go 2, which is going to be Snare Drum and Ride, which I think is this one, actually. Or is it this one? Nope. Back up, back up, back up. Gotta learn my MIDI mappings. Oh, that is the ride symbol in the notation, isn't it? Yeah. All right. 2, and then we're going to switch over to eighth notes, and then go. All right, cool. And then we're going to go eighth notes. We'll go 1 and then we'll back up and make that a rest. Yep. 2. Nope. Undo that. Go 1 forward, and we're on eighth notes. Right, here we go. That one, right? Beep. No. Forward 1, eighth note, hit it. I think that's right. Hold on. I missed 1 note. And I think I could do this by doing a third above. We're no longer as busy because the FRC build session has ended now. I can watch more BL Playcast at work. Nice. Very nice, Manda Minor. What's up, by the way? Hope we're having a great one. The song is playing, by the way. I'm just turning it down. On this note right here, I need to have that note. Undo that. It needs to be that note. Huh. I'm thinking about how I want to break this down. Note review. Let's go to note review real quick. And I do a note type. There we go. And that one right there needs to also be note type X. Yeah. All right, this is Latin style in case anybody doesn't know. This is Latin. We'll back this up. We're going to make this a chord note. Yes. Okay. What's up, laid back Luke? How you doing this morning? Hope you're having a great one, dude. All right. We're gonna make this a quarter note. Swap that over to quarters. Uh-oh. Was it not on notes? Was it not on notes? Can you make that a quarter, please? Thank you. And 2, 3, and 4, and. Basically the same thing. All right, so we're in notation here. 3. What the hell is going on right now? Why is that a circle? Please. It wasn't a second ago. By that one. Okay, no. I think it's because we're in a different type. I think we're in like... All right, hold on. Change the note type. All right, let's go to this one real quick. If I do this, what's the shortcut for it? It's Alt-Shift-0. I want to be back to Alt-Shift-0 on the default. Why is it going to like this circle thing? That's so weird. I mean, I like that we have all the note head options, but that is really strange that it's going to that method. I guess it's this. We're in cross. All right, so we want to be on this. All right, let's back it up one. We're going to change this one to this. That. Screw that. Do this. Thank you. We'll get there. Boom. Boom. Ba-ba-boom. Excellent. Now we got to go to voice number 2. And we're going to do some pretty simple stuff to start. Number 1 is we're going to start back up to here, and we're going to just do it like a 1 and an and of 2, I think, on the first bit. On the bass drum. All right. Dude. What up, Hermie? Dude. Why does this channel not show up in the app? They don't like non-partner, non-affiliate streamers. All right, we're going to go rest. This time we're going to do an 8th note rest. And a 1, 2, and yeah, the and of 2. So we'll do an 8th note rest here. 8th notes, and then we'll play another. I think this is the right bass drum, right? Wrong. Move it over 1. There you go. And then half note rest, but I think we're going to swap that over to quarters here. We'll go quarter and quarter. Perfect. Now we're on to the next bit, and we're going to do another quarter. Wrong. Actually, can I just do this and then go back 1 and then create that as a rest? I totally can. And then go forward and then make this one an 8th note. Are you not following? I followed last time, but funny enough, it unfollowed. It unfollowed you. It unfollowed you from this channel. Twitch, please. All right. I'm going to swap this over to quarters as well. I don't like how that's notated, if I'm honest. I'm not a real big fan of the top line being that default notation. Let me take a look here, guys. A lot of times we start talking about like musical terminology and everything. Okay, this is a Percussive Art Society. And we start looking at like standard notation. Cross stick is played with a circle. Positional things, ghost notes. Okay, good. Crash cymbal, additional things. Bell or the edge. Really? That's the notation? That's crazy. What's my chat? All right. That's it? Guidelines for drum set notation. I mean, it's technically right, but it causes this problem, right? It causes this issue of that note right there looks like shit. Ah, guys, I did it. Sorry. My bad, my bad. I gotta work on it. I gotta work on it. I should have said a little bit. I want to see if this is like actually getting the right sounds that I want, first of all. And then we'll work on like how does it all fit together. We'll go ahead and copy and pasta. You guys got to call me on that, by the way. We're going to go ahead and do that and do our notation, play, layout, system break. Perfect. Go ahead and grab this note right here, and let's go ahead and hit play. Good. All right, now we want to go to our note heads here. Can I control? Yes, I can. Control, control, control. All right, perfect. And then we're going to go to our text and type, and this one's going to be, this one's actually a cross stick. So like that. All right. So that's how that's being played. So let's see if it does that as intended. All right, cool. Now we got to get this one out of here because that's kind of the whole point of not having this Latin beat. We're going to make that into a rest. We're good to go. And bada bing, bada boom. And how about we do that into a rest? No. You're there. Rest, my friend. Rest, my friend. Technically, I should probably put a 4 in there because this should be this, actually. That should be like that key. There we go. And that guy. And that guy. And that guy. And we can probably get rid of this dude. We'll go ahead and grab out the quarter rest and make that a rest, please. Good. And make that a rest as well. Rest. All right, perfect. All right, very good, very good. Grab the notes and let's play that one time. Here is our Latin beat. Good, very good. All right, very cool, very cool. So the tracking number literally shows nothing. I think their site is having issues, but it was supposed to be there today. Okay, cool. I don't know. It's hey, what's up, Riz? How you doing today? So we have. If it's like a packet, is it a box or is it like I got a pouch today, but I think it's clothes that Hermie ordered. Big Bad, is it a box? But I looked at it and I was like, that's not from you. That's from like some other thing. Box, box, box. There you go. I wonder if we break this all down. It's in a box? Okay. They usually come later. Like, they have, like, 2 different delivery services. They have, like, the truck dude, and then they have the walking dude. I don't think the truck dude's been around yet today. Only the walking dude has. So, I'll say not yet. Text. Source has an F. Could it just be a header? Oh, that's that. Can I move it around and stuff? Headers and footers. Okay. Box text. Composer page. Title on blank page. Subtitle on blank page. Plain text right on blank page. Is it just like regular this? Catalog information. General, just small text. Where is that? Am I typing somewhere? All right, we're full on escape. And what if I do like general small text? Can I put that here? Okay, there we go. And this will be Latin. Latin. It's pronounced Latin. And can I move you around like a word processor? I can. Cool. And this is the generic Latin. All right, so we'll talk about this just a little bit, and I'll break down all this stuff. This is called Latin, which is a very generic term, meaning that, like, okay, it's a lot of the mixed styles that come from various different countries, but it's actually a hybrid beat. But when you see something that's the terminology as like this is a Latin song, this is a kind of a standard Latin beat, like a good starter beat for it. It's one of those that Latin's a very interesting style. Actually, we should have another thing in there too. Yeah, I forgot about one other thing. Latin's a very interesting style because unlike rock, where a lot of rock beats you're going to have a very standard 2 and 4, it's like that backbeat, you know, that kick and backbeat makes everybody dance. You know, very, very standard and, well, just tons and tons and tons of musical styles. That the consistency pattern becomes like your hands. So like you're constantly doing like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you know, just something like, you just jam it out on something like, you know, like, oh, don't undo that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to write the notes. I just want to play the notes. Can I just play the notes? All right, so that's like your standard stuff when it comes to like rock beats. Those are the things that are there, and then your variable becomes your foot of like where does the kick happen? Does it go with a bass guitar? Does it go with maybe against it, maybe a little call and response thing? But the Latin beats are very different. They have a lot of, let's see, I think I might have to go up another octave. And then, is this hi-hat with foot? Hell no, not. Okay. Okay, no. Is it down an octave then? Up an octave, up an octave. So this should be hi-hat. No, it's not. That's still hi-hat. No, it's not. Down an octave? That's hi-hat. Okay. Nope. I need an E below that. There it is. Oh, it has no sound in the MIDI? What? All right. Anyway, so you get a lot of like this, like, one, I'll just do it this way. It's like one, where's it? Is this guy? Yo, dude, this is weird. That guy? Oh, you're all the way up there now? Back up. Are you there? Oh. And then that would be that. There we go. That's the one. It's the D underneath. So it's F and D. So you have like this one. So it'd be like rest. We'll go over one. There we go. And it's like 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. That kind of a groove, and your feet end up playing this like hi-hat and bass drum syncopated pattern, versus a rock beat where your hands are the consistency pattern. Latin beats are your feet are the consistency pattern. All right, we got to go to staging number 2. All right, very good. Undo that crap. Why are we at there? Let's grab that note right there and go staging number 2. And that one's going to be, I need you to be this note. Excellent. And then I need to add onto you that note. That's not what I wanted you to do. All right, now we need to play both at the same time, which is F and D. You're a son of a bitch. Why did you not put that as an X? How about if I do it over here? No, you did it there. All I ask for is a little consistency, guys. There you go. Delete that and delete that. And you right here. Going to be this D. All right, good. And we delete you, go there, and there, and go like that. Okay, good. And then right there, going to add that D, and then delete you. I'm learning how to do this a lot faster, guys. D, oops. Undo D only. All right, cool. Delete you. Go F and D. Beautiful. Awesome, guys. All right, here is our Latin beat. Latin beat number 1. You know, super simples, you know, this kind of thing. Go. Yeah. Good stuff. All right, now we just got to add a few accents on there. On this note right here, let's go ahead and grab an accent. Accents. La-di-dee, la-di-da. There we go. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when you go down through this, and we talked about it on the last stream as well, you don't really necessarily need to have all these marks in here, because at the end of the day, what things written in music is a visual representation of sound. That's all that it is. This is a visual representation of sound. And interpretation to a lot of these beats. You can take 100 different drummers that understand and have practiced and learned this style and played it out on many, many different songs. They'll play the exact same beat, and you'll get 100 different sounds from it because there's a totally different expression for each drummer. And none of them are wrong, none of them are right. It's just like that drummer's feel to it. So a lot of times you don't say like, well, you didn't play exactly the accents in the right spot on this part. Well, it's like, well, you know, for that drum, okay, it felt a little bit better to put a little bit more of a little emphasis on the, you know, the end of 3 there. I felt the end of 3 need a little punch, and so I think I'm gonna stick to not over dictating for these exercises, not over dictating unless they're absolutely essential, not over dictating the accent marks. I think that might be a good way to go. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the way to go. All right, cool. All right, what's up next? Does anybody in chat know their musical styles? Does anybody know what another one might be for a style of music? And by style of music, what I typically mean is like, I don't mean like EDM, is basically what I'm saying. You get like house, EDM, all that stuff, they're all exactly the same beat. The difference is like what sounds you use. I wonder if I could do like a little bit of a metronome mark, because this should be played about 160. Let's see if we can do this. If I had the metronome mark, can I do that? Can I mark it there? No. Can we go ahead and delete that, actually? I wanted to find out if there's a way that I can grab and do a different... Play from selection is P, plays that. That is the click track. Is there a way to show me what tempo you're playing back at? Where's the tempo markings for this? Let's Google it. Sibelius. Let's try on some tunes while we're doing this. Sibelius. How to change the playback tempo. After writing metronome tempo text, you should keep the tempo slider right in the middle. Oh, there's a transport. Okay, if I click on the transport. Can I undock you? See the transport window, hit View Panels Transport. View Panels Transport. There it is. Cool. Now we got what we were looking for the last time, guys. Got it. All right, so if we're over here, if we play this about 160, right? So this is at 100 right now. We want this about 160. Yeah. And we'll play it there, see what happens. All right, very, very good. And we'll go ahead and throw a repeat on that one. We'll grab that, and we'll grab that. And we'll just throw out the layout and grab some of this stuff. Bar line, perfect. Start repeat, good. We're gonna go ahead and make that into a system. That to that, and you are going to be layout, making the system perfect. Cool. Let's try it one more time. Get a little bit of repeat, and go. Do you take repeats or not when you play back? I wasn't sure if we did that or not. Can we go there? Play? All right, pretty good. Pretty good. All right, there's our Latin beat. Good to go. Good to go. Let's go ahead and grab this stave and move it on. Nope, no. Just grab the rest out of there. Why not? All right, I want to grab you and just kind of move you down just a little bit here. All right, very good. And we're going to rename that to, actually, yep, there it is. It's going to go DS for drum set. And this one's going to be also DS. Good. And that will change that as well. All right, good. Perfect. And moving right along, that is our Latin beats. And now we're going to move into, let's do a little bossa nova, shall we? I'm going to do a little bossa nova. Okay. Moving right along here. Doing that. All right, cool. And actually, we want to be on voice 2 for this one, surprisingly enough. Cool. So we're going to go, wrong. I want to be on voice 2, please. Can I be on voice 2? I want on voice 2 right now. And only 2. F. Do I need to do voice 1 first? I guess we might have to do voice 1 first. We'll go ahead and do that. It's going to be hi-hat and snare drum. That is not that. That's over here now. Okay, we're on eighth notes, yeah? I think this is the right one. All right, C is going to be our snare. Hi-hat is G, right? One and two and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and. All right, so we're going to do a pretty simple clave pattern here. 1 and 4. Yeah. 1 and 4, 2 and. I have transcoders today? Nice. Beautiful. I'm glad that you guys could watch it. It's awesome. All right, moving right along. All right, cool. And we're going to get you over to the cross stick here because the Latin does require a lot of this cross stick pattern stuff. And what's up, Eon? How you doing today, man? Hope you're having a fantastic one. We're doing some pretty basic styles that we're going to be running through that kind of get by the wayside by a lot of times. All right, there we go. They get thrown by the wayside. All right, and then we're going to do a little bit of beats down here on number 2. So you are down here on F in this. So we go quarter note, bass drum, and then eighth notes, not dotted, eighth notes. 2 and quarter, 3, eighth note. All right, good. And then quarter note. Doing good. Pretty uneventful day thus far, though it's still early. Uneventful is good, though, sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Keeping everything very, very of the norm. All right, beautiful. All right, Mr. Bossa Nova. Are you ready, Bossa Nova? I hope so. I certainly hope so, my friend. Does anybody know a good Bossa Nova song? Does anybody have one that they've played before, possibly, or recognize or see? All right, beautiful. That is Mr. Bossa Nova. I'm going to go here, shift to there. And we're going to make that our repeat. Like that. All right, very good, very good. Let's start there, and let's see what we got. We're not going to want 160 on this one. This one's going to be a little slower. 120 maybe. Yep. All right, very good. Bossa. That is a nice bossa nova beat. Let's cross this one off your list. How about we don't update Windows right now? Remind me tomorrow. Girl from Ipanema. Very good one. Tall and tan and young and lovely. Tall and tan and young and lovely. Tall and tan and young and lovely and tall. Lounge singer that doesn't quite know the words. Yeah. But Girl from Ipanema, very good one. Black Orpheus is one of my favorites. Black Orpheus is one of my favorite bosses to play. Do enjoy it quite a lot. All right. Moving on, I think we're going to go to my favorite beat. These are all basic. Now, here's the funny thing about this. This is very complex and actually quite difficult to play. These Latin styles. And it's because, quite frankly, we don't listen to this style of music very often. It's true. We just don't listen to this style of music very much. So we're not used to it. It's not ingrained. And as you play through it, what you'll notice more and more of is that the hands are the things that changes, but the feet are the things that are the consistency patterns. So your feet end up being this like ostinato. Big word, I know. Ostinato means a repeating pattern or cadence, you know. But it's all those types of things. And your feet become the ostinato that gets played over and over in a Latin style, and your hands become the variable, which is just the opposite of everything else that we play in terms of like rock and, well, most of the stuff that we listen to. Hands are the thing that stay the same, and the feet are the thing that is the variable. We're flip-flopping, and we're putting the consistency pattern to our feet, which a lot of people struggle with, as being like, I would say the lead limbs, like your primary limbs that are driving the pattern. So that's the big thing. That's the big thing. Oh, stretch, 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 and pop. And a lot of these are my versions of the beats as well. I think the next one we're going to do is going to be one of my personal favorites. There we go. Time signature change, guys. Are you ready for the new time signature? It's going to be fun, I promise. This one might be a little bit more. We go time signature, and then, oh, hold on. We do this. I remember this now. We hit escape twice. We get out of everything. We go to time signature, and then we go to more options, and we want to not allow the cautionary. We're going to be going to 6-8 now. And if we remember a little bit from yesterday, or for Tuesday, I'm sorry, top number is how many beats are in the measure, and the bottom number is how many what kind of note gets the beat. So 6 beats in this measure on the 8th note counts. Yeah. And I'm holding it now, and we drop it there. Nice. We did it. Chat, we did it. And we don't have a cautionary thing right there. Why do we have that, though? Can I undo that and make that the repeat? Yeah, that's what I want. It's not doing that over here, is it? Is there 2 bar lines there? There's definitely 2 bar lines there. There we go. That looks a lot cleaner, too. It's my favorite beat. It's one of my favorite beats to play. And I got some musical examples. If I can get some hype in the chat, I will show you a musical example of this one's a very funny one for me. I like this a lot because I want to talk about these Latin styles, and I've mentioned it just briefly that there is a lot of music that we don't listen to. This is not a lot of the things that we have for stylings, and this is one of, honestly, a huge drummer trick is learning your Latin styles. And I'll tell you why you want to learn your Latin styles is because nobody recognizes them. And when you put them inside of a rock song, they're still all 8th notes, right? All this stuff kind of works. When you start incorporating them into a rock song, people go, what an innovator. Holy crap, I've never heard anything like that before in my life. It's crazy. And I'll play you some musical examples of exactly that. I should have affiliate by the end of the week. I hope so. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to do some emails. We're going to do some emails, Jeremy. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. You know what I mean? what I'm hoping is get that drum set as quickly as possible so I can take this and go perform with it as well. It'd be really nice. I'm gonna be able to perform. Do you have no idea, guys? Like, when we finally get that money that's like all built up to get that drum set, and it shows up on my doorstep, I'm gonna be like the happiest dude ever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be giddy. I should film it. Be like, whoo! I will probably do this though. I probably will do a full setup stream of that, which is gonna be like setting up the whole kit. And I think it'll be good. I'll probably do this because again, this is a full like instructional thing, right? And one of the things that we always do, I get a lot of questions about is like, what is proper positioning? What is the proper way to sit? What is the proper height for your stool? What is the proper position for all the drums? And although there is not one right way, there's a lot of wrong ways to do it. There's ways that you could actually hurt yourself over the long course of playing with improperly set up, bass drums, stool setups, all those kinds of things can actually cause you some physical ailments later on. And there's a lot of drummers that are even famous drummers that are like, I complain about carpal tunnel and all those types of things. And a lot of it can be prevented if you understand at the very beginning when you set up your stuff how to set it up properly. Smoke coming in, hosting on stream. What up, Smoke? Wow, look at that. What's up, Smoke? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the musical streams. We talked about this at TwitchCon, man. We talked about this at TwitchCon. Still working on getting the funds for the drum set itself, but we're doing our lesson plans. We are doing our lesson plans, my dude. All right, on to my favorite beat. This one's called a Nanago. Nanago is one of my personal favorites. We're also going to take these out. I don't want any measure. I don't want any those. Yep. Glad to see you're pushing forward with your idea. Hell yeah. And then right back to lurking. I got you, man. Smoke. Thanks for the host, man. I appreciate it, dude. We'll return the favor later on. I'm sure. All right, dude. So here we go. Jumping right into this guy right here. I gotta turn this down so I understand. I gotta remember the beat so I can write out the parts. All right, cool. Let's get to eighth notes, por favor, and let's get into our first stages here. We're gonna be going. Where am I at? It's this octave, right? Bum bum, and then 16ths. Bum bum. No, not a doom. I want to. There we go. Okay. We can do this. And this one's going to be back to eights. This is a little bit of this is definitely a little bit more complicated little thing. And then 16th. And there's our pattern. All right, I want to talk about this just briefly when it comes down to Latin patterns, guys. Let's get the paint going on here. And I'll explain this a little bit. A lot of times when you're in the Latin patterns, we talked about our 4 quarter notes, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Like those are all of our downbeats. And conversely, when you have all of your and counts, those are what's known as like the upbeat in a lot of cases. And so what we do in a lot of Latin styles are based around this like this 3 pattern. And I always like to describe it and to say it's like this. You go downbeat, 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 upbeat, upbeat, upbeat. Or if you do it by counts, another way to do it would be like, let's grab our brushes here. It looks like it'd be an easy to do a 2 against 3 rhythm. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So this would be like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. This is actually the bar line right here. 1 and then you repeat 2, 3, 4. But this is sort of like variations. Like we'll call this like a fill, right? The end of this measure to kind of like break out that little spot. But a lot of it is this rhythmical pattern of going downbeat, 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 upbeat, upbeat, upbeat. So you got bum 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 bum. You get that whole like downbeat, 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 upbeat, upbeat, upbeat. If you go through all of your Latin rhythms, you have a lot of those sort of things going on. Here's a perfect example: downbeat, 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 upbeat, 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 and then downbeat, down, up, down. So it's like a three downs, 3 ups, 2 downs, 2 ups. If that makes kind of sense, sort of. And then if we go right down to here, guess what? Exactly the same pattern. In this case, we're splitting it up instead of it being straight on a downbeat, but we're in 6/8. So yeah, it is on a downbeat because it's on the 8th note, but it's still the same pattern. Downbeat, 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 upbeat, 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 down. But it's a Nanago beat. This thing is like such a jam, man. I love playing this Nanago beat. It feels so good to play. It looks like it'd be an easy to 2 against 3 rhythm. Like this guy. This one's super fun. I love this. I love this rhythm. It's super fun. All right. Cool. So you know what? I actually don't play that. It's really straight up, and then I just do like 2 ghost strokes on the snare. Now we get to learn something now. Nanago. The N, the second N has a little squiggly line over top of it. Yeah, Nanago. Nanago. Nanago drum beat. Drum beat. How to play Sick-a-Pride? No, Nanago. How to play basic jazz drumming patterns. Free drum lessons. How to play the basic drum lesson pattern. Basic jazz. Okay. Does it have Nanago in here? Anyway, it's not there. Hence why we're kind of doing this, if you know what I'm saying. Is it pronounced Nanago? Yeah, kind of. Like banana mango mix? Nanago. I do 2 ghost strokes right here, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Boom. And then 2 ghost strokes on the left hand on the snare. So this one's actually going to back up. Up. Get to the thing. To you. Can we click on you? No. I want you. There we go. I want you to want me. And then we have exactly 2 more 16th notes available to us right now. Perfect. And then I'm just going to do CC. Not on 8th notes. I specifically said 16th notes. We're on 16th notes. Go back. 16ths, please. Thank you. There you go. And now we need to learn some new notation. I wonder where the ghost strokes are. This is a ghost stroke. Can I put you here? No, you are before. How do I make you there? Wait, what does that say? Pre-bend note. No. Bracketed note head. That's what I want, a bracketed note head. Can I bracketed note head you over here? How do we do this? Dude, they even have that? They have buzz rolls in here? That's awesome. Super happy with that. Repeat signs. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Next keyboard layout. Incorrect. Undo that. I want you two guys to be this bracketed note head thing. That. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, so I had to select them first and then put the brackets. All right, good. All right, cool. And now we're going to go back to note heads over here. Escape, escape. Go to number 2. And I'm going to just grab an 8th notes and 3 down here on the kick. All right, good. Now continue on. Kick is here on the F. Just 2 kicks. That's all it is. 2 kicks. And the next one would be an 8th. Dotted. And F. There you go. Nanago beat. Cool. Now let's repeat that a lot because it's a really awesome beat. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Hopefully it plays Ghost Strokes properly. Otherwise, you know, it's going to sound a little funky. All right, let's do that to 8 bars. We'll go to here. Paste all that right there. Perfect. Grab you guys and grab the bar and notations and note inputs and text and play and layout. Appearance, review, note input. Bar line, key signatures, clef, text, play. No, layout. Appearance. Home? Ah, there we go. Delete. Yeah, I do. And there's no shortcut for that. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to go from here to here, and we're going to make that a system, which is under layout, and make into system. And then, again, we're going to do the same thing here to there. And we're going to make that in the system as well. All right, there we go. Perfect. Now, 84, dotted quarter. That might be okay. That might be okay. Let's listen to that, guys. Let's listen to that and see how it plays out. Literally. It's right, but the feel of it is absolutely awful. That's what happens when you have a drummer that plays exactly what's written, right? Don't bump, you really want to accentuate this stuff right here. These two right here. So these are going to be one of those points that we do actually slap an accent on it. Now, here's the cool thing, and this is what I was talking about before. You have a lot of these styles are stuff that we don't grow up listening to. We don't hear them a lot. So, but they do work out really well to be able to be placed inside of like rock beats and different things like that. And I'm trying to remember this song, but I could give you guys some like musical playing examples of where this occurs. Because then you play this, literally you play this beat. Like you play the Nanago, and there's an example that I could give you of exactly the Nanago being played in a rock song, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, where'd you come up with that beat?" And it's literally like Nanago 1, you know, it's like Nanago 1. That's that beat. And drummers that studied it know what that is, but drummers that have not go, "What was that? That was insane. That was how did you come up with that stuff?" But it's all these like Latin percussion styles that have been around for, well, years and years and years and years and years. Yeah. Technically, that Latin on the top can also be a mambo, by the way. And oh, that's the other thing. When it comes down to Latin styles, a lot of the Latin type of styles, they're all based around, and this is where, this is an interesting concept. It's like learn your roots. You learn your roots of where things come from. And that's what a lot of these basic styles are. Now, just like with anything in music, there's not really any rule that's like, oh, but you can't add stuff to that. Oh, no, you can't change around rhythms. You can totally change around rhythms. You can put them in different styles. You can mix and match all you want. But it's important to know like what the roots are and like what the differences are, especially as the drummer. And I'll give you a really good example of that. There's a few out there that are based specifically on dances. All right. One of the most famous examples of a beat would be a tango. Knowing how to play a tango, right? Everybody knows the tango as a dance. It's the forbidden dance. It's all that stuff. But there's a very specific beat that's associated with the tango. You have to know how to play that if you're going to play a tango song. A lot of these Latin styles are based around that type of thing. It's about a dance that's built for these kind of steps. And that's where the style comes from. Okay, this is what that is. This is for that dance. This is for this purpose. And understanding those roots. So if you show up to like a gig somewhere and it's like, yo, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing it. Like a wedding gig, oh my God, you play so much of this stuff. Like super light on the drums, by the way. They're like, I literally, all right, I'll tell you guys a story. I was playing this wedding gig. And I was playing with some brushes. We're doing the whole setup thing, or the like the dinner hour, the cocktail hour thing. Playing the cocktail hour thing, and I'm playing on brushes, and I am like, we have like the dance set later on, so it's not like I have like a cocktail kit or anything. I have my normal set, but we're playing like a jazz set. We're doing this kind of jazzy thing, you know. I'm playing with brushes, and I'm not lying to you. There's a table sitting right over here to my left. And it's probably like 10 feet away. And there's this old man sitting there. And this old guy turns to me, and he says, could you guys try to keep it down? In that voice. Can you guys please keep it down? We're trying to have a conversation here. And I was like, you do realize I'm on an acoustic drum set, and I can hear you clearly with a normal speaking voice from 10 feet away? How much? Sure, sir. Is it good enough for you? The band can't hear the beat now, but I was like, you got to be joking. So yeah, yeah, you'll get a lot of that. But you know, do your best with all the things. Back to the point, yeah. So basically, like a lot of Latin styles are based around like dances, and they're specific for the style of like maybe somebody learned, the cha-cha. Somebody learned how to do the cha-cha. Somebody wants to go dance cha-cha dancing or something like that. And as the drummer, if you don't know what a cha-cha is, well, then, pretentious wedding jerks, dude. I'm just going to say this was a Jewish-Italian wedding from New York City. That came down to the sticks in Pennsylvania to have their big, gigantic wedding because it was nice. Okay. They pay. Now, to be fair, that was one of my best paying gigs I've ever had. Just so you know. Like, they paid me a lot of money to play very quietly. But it's one of those. It was so many like wedding things too as a band. You could hear the drums 10 feet away. Good, you have a fucking normal fucking hearing. No, is that he could talk to me. This old guy in a normal speaking voice from 10 feet away, sitting in his chair, was like, "Can you guys please keep it down?" During a song. This wasn't in between the songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, right. I know. Okay, you're right. Thank you, Eon. I need this constant reminder. I need to get into that sort of like we're PG here. But yes, you're right. Thank you, Eon, for being on top of that. But yes, 100%. It was. I was just like, you can hear me during a song. I'm not gonna be able to go a little lower than that, if you know what I'm saying. Nanago beat. Now if see if I can remember the song. Thank you, Eon. I do appreciate it, man. What is the song? It's a Dave Matthews Band song. So it's Carter Beauford, which, if anybody knows drummers, Carter Beauford's just a smoking player. So nothing against him there. But there's a lot of times where he'll get credit for like a lot of innovations, and I'm like, well, that's... Yeah, I know. I totally get it. Neither am I as Raj Ariana. Neither am I. My philosophy is this channel is about education, and I don't want to be like, oh, you can't be educated unless you're over 18. You know what I'm saying? So for the masses. But we're going to practice early on, on a channel. We're going to practice early on to get it right. So let's see. I'm trying to remember what the song is. I'll see if I can come up with it. But he gets a lot of credit, and it's funny because in a lot of interviews, they're like, you get credit to be on all, you're such a great innovator. He goes, dude, I'm not the innovator, man. I'm playing a lot of stuff. He's like, you just haven't heard that in this kind of style before. Which of my favorite streams are PG and which are very not PG? I know, Ian. I will say this, educational, we'll keep it for the masses. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the song, but he says it himself too. He's like, I'm not innovating that. That's a beat that's from this other stuff. I'm just incorporating into this musical style that nobody's heard before. He's like, if that's innovation, then okay, but I didn't come up with that beat. And it's funny because I said it's so funny because I was like, when Dave Matthews Band was super popular, right? Like, it was definitely like the college band of the 90s, you know? And they'd be playing all something like, this is such an innovative drummer. And I'd be like, actually, I'm studying drums, and what he's doing is not really innovative. It's just you haven't heard in that musical style. Like, he said the same exact thing. The more educational streams I watch are PG. Yep, exactly. For our other stream, you know, I'm not a very PG person, so it's not, you know, it's live, so things are gonna happen. But yeah, so it was funny. I'm trying to remember the song now. Guys, throw out some like Dave Matthews Band songs, like Under the Table and Dreaming songs, like the first album. I'm trying to remember what the song is, but he breaks this out. He breaks out the Nanago beat exactly, like in the middle of the song, and it's like, yeah, dude, jamming. Let me make sure I got this right just one more time here. Let's go ahead and play this. You're not getting the right feel for it. Because it's not recognizing the ghost strokes. These notes right here are called ghost strokes, and they're played super lightly. This is the far more important note, is that right there. So we're going to do this. We're going to control, control, control. You must learn control. Actually, we'll just do that. That's fine. And accent all those. Beautiful. That is awesome. No. Darn it. Darn. There we go. Control copy. And we'll grab you to you and pasta. There we go. Now we have it. I still don't think we're going to get the right sound for it. It's like dum dum gum gum bum bum gum 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 gum. Yep. At the very end. Let's listen to all of our Latin styles here at about 126, shall we? Right back to back. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see if this is out here. Fast Samba, no. Yeah. That literally just says track 26. Track 2. 6-8 Nanago. The Drummer Cafe Forum. Can anyone recommend where I could find some hip Nanago patterns? Thanks. The word Nanago is the name given to one of the dialects spoken in Cuba. There you go. The dialect is often credited for coming up with the word mambo, which basically has no meaning but occurs in ancient phrase, a brecurto y guri mambo, open your eyes and listen, used to open Cuban song contests. Typically, people refer to Afro-Cuban 6/8 rhythm groove as Nanago. That's not true, actually. So I'm assuming you are wanting some Afro-Cuban 6/8 patterns. Incorrect. It's actually a specific beat there, Bart. Listen here, Bort. But that's good information about that stuff. Listen here, Bort. Essential Styles Track 2. Fast Samba. I wonder if it's on, let's see. I'm trying to find a good Nanago beat because the truth is you don't hear this very often at all, like a true beat. It's almost exclusively used It said most people refer to it as. That's true. There's 6/8 Afro-Cuban, which is different than an Anago beat. It's 6/8, and yes, it's Afro-Cuban, but it's not the Afro-Cuban beat. Like, if you see a song in a lead sheet that says Afro-Cuban, although if you played it in the... maybe you should read, most people incorrectly refer to it as the 6/8 Afro-Cuban. Yeah, 6/8 Afro-Cuban is basically this beat just split down to 6/8. All right, yeah. Mixed explosions. There you go. There you go. Shoot, I can't find this track though. All right, this will take over. This will take over our like Latin stuff. We're gonna be done with that at this point. Shoot, I can't remember. There's a few things that I do need to like sort of get some reference points to. Like Nanago would be good. And there's also a whole bunch of other ones like Mambo, Songo, 6/8 Afro-Cuban is another one. Pretty common. But this is going to be like the basic points. They're very difficult beats. Mambo is one of the hardest ones. Songo is like super fun. But all of these things right now are very, very much in the vein of... This is a really good example of notes on the page does not equal style. I'll give you a really good example for that. This second one here is a bossa nova. And there's a big difference between a bossa nova and a samba. And the difference is not samba's faster. That's actually incorrect. That's a big misnomer that you'll hear quite a lot of people say, dude, samba's just a bossa nova but faster. The samba, like, think about it as like a bossa nova is a heartbeat. Boom, 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 do 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 do, way do, you know, whatever the part might be. But it's like this heartbeat that's underneath. A samba is more of a festive kind of thing, and you really actually like do do go do 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 go do 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 go do 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 go do do go, and you get like that really, really strong 3. But it's more of like everybody's up and dancing, they're having a good time. Versus a bossa nova is a little bit like we're gonna just like kind of be nice and smooth and get the heartbeat. Although the rhythms look very similar between the bossa nova and the samba, they're very, very different in terms of feel. Very different, and they get played incorrectly very, very often. Very, very often. All right, so cool. Let's finish this part up. Drum essential styles. Well, we're gonna call this one we're gonna call this one drum Latin styles. Drum set Latin styles. Essential Latin styles. All right, and then we'll do that to the yacht. Actually, this was getting a little funky, wasn't it? I have to do like, I gotta make sure that the bar line is like the end repeat there. Yeah. And then I need to escape twice, grab the start repeat, and then, yeah, grab the start repeat, and then I'm carrying it because my thing is green, and then we put it there. Good. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, and then we need to do our text. Text time. And what did we do? It was just like small text, right? Like this. And where are you? Oh, we put it right there. Hold on. Is there, okay. Well, yeah, move you down just a wee bit here. We're going to get some good formatting, too. And again, like one of the things that we're going to be doing with this is going to be, it's going to be one of the things that's going to be available for download. You know what I'm saying? You guys all feel me? Oh, okay. Kinda? We don't have to do this, like, snap to the bottom of the page thing here, dude. We really don't have to do that. Can we, I want you there, but I don't want you way down there. Can we move you guys up a little bit? And then you down just a little bit? And then maybe you down a little bit? Okay, that looks a lot better. I like that. Okay, and then where are we at? Escape. I need to carry things in my mouse by doing this, and now I'm carrying it. This is going to be bossa. Bossa. Not busa, but bossa nova. Bossa nova. And I'll play a little bossa novas for y'all. One of my favorites. And this one, interestingly enough, is what made Bossa Nova popular. Is this movie in the United States? Kind of brought the Bossa Nova. Yeah, they go crazy with that. It's like old school, like, recordings and stuff, too. Can I just get, like, the song, please? Maybe a good, version of it somewhere? Nah, I don't want that. How come I cannot find this song? The original recording. Yeah, I think this is it. Paul Desmond. Here we go. There we go. Take a look. Check, 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 check. But here's the interesting thing. You hear boom, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. No. It's a little heartbeat underneath. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. Just gotta get that little heartbeat underneath. I gotta tell you right now, when you get into the groove of like a bossa, it sounds light, and it is a very light sound. But when you get into the groove, it feels so good. It's like totally nail it. That's Black Orpheus, by the way. It's a theme from Black Orpheus. Which I was really kind of shocked at how far down I had to go down through the tree to find that, too. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of nuts, dude. That is kind of nuts. That was like the 20th thing down. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. I'm going to be right back, dudes. I'm going to get a refill of coffee. Guys, get up, stretch, do your thing. I'll get you through the workday. Explain some musical stuff. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to send them my way. I'll be right back. My pro screen. Be right back. All right, back, guys. We're here back. Ariana, organizing something like that. Yeah, it's a little bit anxiety-inducing. Okay. So to add some more text, and then this one is good to go. Good to go. Do escape twice here. And let's get into this part. Guys, I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Are we typing? No. Why are we not typing? Why can't I put this box here? I want to put this box right there. Bam. All right, there we go. Alt code for N. Zero, 2, 4, 1. Hey, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right. The Life of a Flower by Abstraction. Okay. Let's move this stuff around just a little bit. I feel like this could be a little cleaner. All right, very good. We'll go ahead and save this as save. It forgot my file save location? I guess it did. I guess it did. Drum set Latin styles. Latin styles. Okay. Hey, I'm at work. I can't be here long. Code Reef, good to see you, man. Very good to see you. You're at work, can't be here long? We're chilling, man. We are chilling. Making some beats, my friend. Making some beats. We'll go ahead and export this as a PDF as well, because I want to have all these things available to export. PDF. Score only. Under lesson plans, yes. This is going to be drum set. Drum set. Latin styles. Export. Outstanding. All right, very good. The next exercise I want to start to work on is a lot of these exercises we're going to be here for this phase of the planning. Is we're going to be jumping around to quite a lot of things because there's a lot of explanation and actually playing examples and things that will be happening when there's a drum set in front of me. So we're going to be jumping around to different lessons that are going to be explored quite a bit. The next one is a very interesting concept, which starts to take on the characteristics of movement around the drum set. And this one I always like to call the geometry of drums. And I'll see if I can explain this just a little bit. Maybe Paint will do the trick for us. Let's go ahead and select all this and delete it. When you have a drum set, we'll start with some basic stuff. You have a snare drum. You have a couple toms. Positioning is horrible, but it's the same concept. And then you have a bass drum that's underneath, like down in here. Got this game called Rules of Survival? Survivor? Is it good? And obviously the bass drum is going to be with your foot, so that's underneath. We're going to take that away for a second. And what we start to do is we have basic patterns that we play. And I'll break them down into like this sort of scenario. So we have an L shape, what I like to call an upside down V. Upside down V, let's see, clockwise and counterclockwise. And you start working on the geometry of drums. So what you do is you have a start position, and then you have a shape pattern like this, which is like an L shape. You have a start point, then you go to here, then you go to here, then you go to here, and you basically follow along on that shape back and forth. So it's and what you're doing is you're visualizing this as like your movement point, as a geometrical shape. Then we could take other ones and maybe have a start point here and move around clockwise. So we go here. We'll take that middle drum out. We'll take this guy out. We'll say just a 4-piece kit, right? For simplicity's sake, but it does work with more. We have a start point here. We go around clockwise. We go here to there, and we repeat. And we have counterclockwise. Say we start at this point and go this way around that way. Clockwise around that way. You know, and then we have this upside down V, which is doing this back and forth. And what's really cool about this is it creates this visual of when you look at the drum set, it no longer becomes like looking at it from a standpoint of, oh my God, where is it? These are notes. I need to make sure that it's there. And it becomes like, oh, it's that drum, then that drum, then that drum. That drum, then that one, then that one. And then I just follow along on this like symmetrical or whatever the shape might be. You know, all right, I do this little square thing. I go here to here to here to here to here. And then you start doing these combination patterns where you go, okay, my right hand is going to be doing like basically a left hand sign, which is like this, right? And so my right hand is going to be going from snare to floor tom to rack tom. And my left hand is just going to be doing a straight pattern between the snare and the rack tom. Now these two patterns together, when you combine them, and you'll do this one in particular, I love this one. You do a 2-note pattern on each one of these, so it's like you hit the snare twice left hand, rack tom twice, 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 and then and the right hand does a single movement of 1 1 1. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. And you put it together, it's like it just sounds like wicked cool. But it's taken this what would look like an extremely insane fill or something just like nuts to just break down in terms of like what would be on in the sheet music. You would spend all day trying to figure out, okay, it's that drum, then it's that drum. And then a lot of people will, and I've learned this from a lot of students as well, is you start thinking about it as like what I call karaoke drumming. Karaoke drumming is this. You look at a sheet music, you go, okay, I play that note, then 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 I play that one, then 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 that. You follow the bouncy ball to the next note. Karaoke drumming, karaoke reading and drumming. What's important is to figure out the patterns of it and to extract that. And then finding the pattern makes it easy to now break it down into its individual parts and then say, all right, what is my movement? So the next exercise is all about those movement points. And we're going to do that based on a rudiment that is used quite a lot, called a blurta, a herta, or a lot of different things. All right, so we'll start with a couple things here. This is why I don't do drums. Too much hand-eye foot coordination. Ariana, I've heard that so many times, it's unbelievable. Are you able to walk? If you're able to be upright, kind of like guitar neck positions, yep, absolutely. It works exactly the same way. You start memorizing what they are. I've heard that so much, but I will say this right now. I'll even bring this up. This is the first exercise that I made on Tuesday. We're going to open it up. Basic coordination. Okay. Basic coordination deals with exactly those things. If I would break down for just a moment what it takes for your body to be upright and bipedal and take steps to move your body forward. Let's talk about this for a second. Say you didn't know how to walk. All right, what I need you to do is I need you to balance your upper body directly between the two legs. Now, what I want you to do is slowly pick up your left foot and start shifting your weight to your left foot while maintaining the center balance between both legs. And then slowly shift your weight from your right foot to your left foot until all of the weight is on your left foot. And then you can take a step forward and do this. The coordination that this actually takes for a body to do is kind of insane. The coordination that comes into this will break it down even simpler. Basically, the basic coordination is based on, forget about the notes for a second. We're just going to talk about 3 limbs, a right hand, a left hand, and a right foot. All right, we're not talking about balance points now. We're not talking about like shifting your weight and doing all those extra steps that are essential to the process of walking. These are the things that are stationary in front of you. So basically, and you could try this wherever you are, if you're at work or something like that. Maybe people look at you weird, but whatever. Don't worry about it. You can tap on the desk. So we'll just say this: if you do, you just tap your right foot and your right hand at the same time. Right foot and right hand. Boop. And we're going to call that note together. So the right hand and right foot together. Boop. And everybody can do that. It's pretty simple. Right foot, right hand. Okay. Pretty simple. That's together. And then we're going to have right hand just by itself. Just tap your right hand. Okay, so we have 2 notes now. We have a right foot, right hand, and we have just a simple right hand. Okay, these are easy things. And then we have both of our hands together, playing both at the same time. Boop. Just like that. Both hands together. Okay, so now we have those 3 things. Now, those 3 notes, once you've mastered those 3 things, you've gotten through 90% of rock beats that are out there. Not the fills of the crazy stuff, but the 90% of the rock beats. And as you go through an exercise that's this simple, it's about putting them in the right order. But what's important is not so much how fast you do it, it's that it stays at a consistent rate or tempo. So no matter how slow it needs to be, so instead of being so together would be right hand and right foot together, separate as right hand by itself. And if you look at the sheet music here, we have T, S, and H, which is together, separate, and hands. So this pattern is together, separate, hands, separate, but you do it very slow. Together, separate, hands, separate. Together, separate, hands, separate. Together, separate, hands, separate. All right, so there's the basic coordination points that are there. Easier than walking in terms of coordination. And again, it's not about speed. It's about keeping it consistent. So it's breaking this down rather than, okay, your right hand's doing this and your left hand's doing that and then your foot's doing this. That's where the coordination goes, oh, what is going on? Why? There's so many things that are happening. My body can't do all this stuff. Let's simplify it. What happens at the same time? Practice it in terms of this rhythm. I can tell you right now, every single student that has walked in and said, I don't have any coordination, I can't play drums. Starting with this exercise and understanding what happens at the same time, as long as it's not like, together, separate, hand, separate hands, together, separate, hands, separate, and you're not like breaking it up in like a chunky rhythm. If you keep it steady, every single one of them within a month was like, they're just jamming out, like no problem at all, because you just started to work that coordination in that feel. And it's not as bad as you may think. It's not as bad as you may think. Again, it's only 3 notes in this entire page. All of this stuff is a combination of those 3 things. Together, separate, or hands. That's all it is. So cool. But yes, I'm determined. Oh, right, the fan's on. I was like, I feel a breeze. Every time he hits the invisible drum, he goes, boop. Now I want a drum set that doesn't make drum noises when he hits them various boops. Soon! I just got to get the money for it. That's where we're at right now. Trying to get the fundage. I'm going to be like a kid in a candy store when that thing shows up, man. They're not going to be able to get me out of the studio. Herman's going to be like, Ross, you have to sleep. I'm like, I don't want to play drums. But yeah. The funny thing is the truth is, I could actually sample sounds and probably do exactly that. When learning a new piece of music, we used to start out really slow tempo to learn the sequence, then speed it up gradually. Just before the performance, we practiced about 110% tempo, which made it easier to play the performance cleanly. Exactly. Start it slow. It's all about learning it in terms of spacing. How much space is there between this note and that note? And if that's at a slow tempo, that's fine. Drums do have there's 3 separate individual techniques that we're not going to get too much into on this broadcast because this is more about the notes themselves. But there's 3 different techniques that you do have to kind of switch up what you're doing depending on the tempo that you're playing. So, but to get the basics of the piece, yes, it's all about spacing of the notes. Start slow. The rule is start consistent. There's another thing that I'll talk about quite a bit, and that's practice mistakes. And honestly, as gamers, we do this so much because the game only allows us to do it this way. But I'll give you a really good example. Let's say you're playing a Cuphead level, right? And you start the beginning of the Cuphead level, and you keep dying, you keep dying, you keep dying, and then you come up to like that first obstacle, and then you find that first obstacle, and you're like, okay, now we figured that out. So what you end up doing is you do the beginning of the level over and over, and you get really good at the starting point of the level. But you end up dying at the very, very end of the level because, well, you've only done that once, right? You haven't practiced that. So one of the biggest practice routines or one of the practice mistakes, I should say, that a lot of people fall into is make a mistake and start over again. Make a mistake, start over again. Make a mistake, start over again. When in actuality, what you're doing is you're practicing the beginning of the piece over and over and over and over again, but you're not practicing the middle or you're practicing the end. So you're doing like a huge imbalance of you could start the song really well, but you can't end it very well. So it's important to, and one of the things I've always told students is if you make a mistake, instead of starting over, start where you made the mistake. Practice the mistake portion so the mistake portion becomes the strength. And in music, you have the opportunity to do that. If you were playing in an ensemble and a directed thing, I guarantee you have things called rehearsal marks, and they practice those rehearsal marks quite a bit. But when it's you individually practicing this stuff, a lot of people do that on their own personal practice routine, is that habit of starting the whole thing over again when a mistake is made. And you'll get really good at the beginning, but not really good at the end. It's a thing. Okay. Anyway. All right, we got that one. Next one is going to be movement. So we're going to do a new blank document, and we're going to be doing changing of the instruments. Going to add the drum set to it, and we're going to change this to, nope, no, not that. House style, that's it. We're going to do ink pen, because ink pen is sweet. Movement. I think we're good. Okay. We'll start with the basic rhythms of the blurta, and then we'll speed it up into its final forms. This one's a tough one. This one has been classically something that students have struggled a lot with, is getting this not just down to getting the part, because the part itself is not that difficult to play, but it's difficult to find its tempo reference in a lot of ways. Let's jump into it, guys, shall we? We're going to go 16th notes, triplets, and then 30 seconds. You're this one, right? Hello? Can I go to the next note, please? What happened to my inputs? What the hell's going on here? Can I add a note here? Is input still on play only? I think we got it. I don't know. I think it's something weird about inputting notes at the very beginning of the measure, like the beginning of the piece. Once you're in the middle of it, it seems to work out okay. Oops. Back up by one. I have to remember that I have to pick up my son today. Bum, bum, and that's it. 3-bar phrase. Pick up the boy. I know, right? All right, that's where the phrase actually repeats. It's on a 3-bar pattern, or 12 beats, basically. All right, so if we play this out, I do want to do window, appearance, layout, view, transport. That's what we want to do. All right, we're going to back it up to the beginning and play it. Good. All right, now if we play that at like a faster tempo, let's bump it up to 175, go all the way back. I'm gonna get one of those alarms with the big ringing bells on top. Oh, for waking up in the morning. Yeah, like $13 on Amazon. Don't forget to leave your son at where he finds he calls you asking if someone is going to come get him. It builds character. No, that was a traumatic experience. My mother, when I was a kid, like one time she was like, I think she fell asleep or something, and I was like the last kid to get picked up, and like the principal wanted to go home and like all that kind of stuff. Dude, that's a traumatic experience for a child. You don't want that. When does he need to be picked up? I'll send an alarm or maybe Ryan him in chat. I'm going to finish the stream about 3 o'clock, and I need to be up there about 3:20. So it'll be fine. The only thing that really screws me up, honestly, is like normally when I finish the stream, then I'll go cook my lunch, right? So when I have to go pick him up, I don't really get like the opportunity to cook. So that's one of the things. But other than that, it's nothing too shabby. All right, now we're also going to do this. I want to see if there is a way in Sibelius, and I'm hoping that there is, to kind of force stems to go up. Because technically, if anybody knows music, the rule for when stems go down and when stems go up is basically that the center line is a B. And that's the middle line out of the 5. So if you take the 5 lines, it would be your middle finger, right? Anything that's above the B, the staff goes down. Anything that's below, the staff goes up. But for reading rhythms, it makes a little bit more sense, like if it's just on the snare drum, to have the staves all go up. So I'm hoping there's a way that I can sort of select this and be like, yo, can we have that all go up? Reset space above. Systems. Lock this. Notations, maybe? I mean, we got a lot of stuff here. Add note names. Writes the name of the note inside the note head using the Opus Note Names font. Useful for learning materials for beginning instrumental students. Huh. Oh, so you can write the note names in there. That's kind of nice. Yeah, if I was doing something that was like more note, not just rhythm based, then I would definitely use that. That's a really nice feature. But appearance, reset note spacing, design, position, system object positions. Choose the staves above which system objects appear. Sibelius. By the way, if you guys are brand new to the stream, is anybody brand new today? Do we have anybody that's just happened to stumble upon me in the category or anything like that? Just kind of curious. For the whole growth thing, as it were. Just 07 in the old chat. But if you are brand new, make sure to slap that follow button. I can't send you a pizza on We All Playcast that when you're not online. Really? Really? Interesting. I wonder why not. Honestly, we haven't had the treat stream thing in a while. Elm, you're new? Gotcha. Just some thoughts there, you know what I'm saying? To prevent trolling. Maybe, but they have a cooldown, though. I guess to make sure you're home. That's it. You would have to enable off-stream treats. Huh. I'm here chilling in the Eco Lounge. Nice. You're you. All right, let's take a look here. Let's go. So everybody's coming over from We All Playcast. That's cool, though. It's a starting point, guys. It's great to have that starting point, too. We building something cool here, though, man. We're building something cool. Okay. Sibelius. How to force staff to go up, I guess. Forcing stems up or down in the piano score. There we go. How do I force the stem to go up or down, aside from using the X to flip it? You press X, guys. I was like, I can help with the food thing. The Eco Lounge, I know, right? I must be able to use my Sound Blaster that I had in eSonic chip built-in. It came with a Cubase software. Unfortunately, not compatible with modern hardware in Windows 10. Cubase is pretty decent. I've been considering not having the treat stream thing again. I would love treat stream if we could honestly get more stuff on it. We basically have like a pizza joint that, and it's the chain. It's like Papa John's. That's it. Like that's like the only thing that we could do on our treat stream, which is kind of crazy. By the way, it's X, guys. All right, we are going to be doing 16th notes, and we are going to do on our note here, Control 3. Beautiful. Let's get ours going. This one's going to make maybe a little bit more sense. No, you son of a bitch. Undo. Back one more. All right, 8th note. I'm on 8th note. I am on 8th note. Why did you make it a 16th note? Hello? What? This... All right, you away. You are an 8th note. Oh, it doesn't like that because it's making it a 16th note triplet. Got it. All right, so we go undo. I now know why. It's spacing wise because it's going, I'm making this a 16th note triplet, not an 8th note triplet. So in order for me to do this, I need to make this a 8th note and then control 3. Makes it an 8th note triplet, then switch to 16th. Got it. All right, then we go 1. 8th note. There you go. Oh, language, Hambo, thank you. Chat, you got to remind me all the time. All the time. I want to get used to it. I want to get used to it. Control 3. 16th note. I feel like a maestro over here. I'm utilizing a numpad. I'm utilizing the keyboard. I'm a maestro. There we go. Excellent. A little bit of keyboard, a little bit of mouse, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Good. And then we're going to grab the whole thing. Paste. Paste. Control B. B. Boom, bada, boom. We'll get there together, guys. Just keep reminding me when I have the swear jar. And get a swear jar in the drum studio. All right, cool. And then we're going to go all the way over here and hit X. Gotta love that. Is that a couple bars? 2, 3, 4. Maybe. Cool. And we're going to go from here to here to here. Layouts. Huh. I mean, it's all technically right, but it's weird how they do this, like, Tower of Hanoi thing where the triplets underneath. That's so weird. Can you just... It's a wee bit odd, yeah? All right, now for the fun one. Y'all ready for this one? This is when everybody wants to hear. They're like, yes, I want to hear this one. All right. That's right. That's exactly what I do for that one. And then I just do straight 16ths of the last one. Yep. Okay. And that means I actually want to add a bar up here to this one as well. Yes. Can we add a bar in this spot? How do I add a bar here? Tempo, notations, note inputs, home, add a bar. That puts it at the bottom. Can I move an empty bar here? Can I insert a bar? Add. Add bar. Choose between adding bars at the end of your source, one or more bars anywhere in your score, or add single bar. Okay. I'm going to go here and go add single bar. There we go. Perfect. Can you click and drag? It's a little weird. It's like some things are kind of word processy, but some things aren't. You know what I mean? It's... I'm learning it, though. I'm learning it. And to be fair, when I first did this, like years and years ago, I was using like Finale and things, and that was much more difficult. It was much more difficult than this is. Okay, and on this measure, we're going to go... It's that. And then eighth notes. Okay, got it. 16 notes. I pressed 2, not 0. What? I don't know sometimes. Nailed it. All right. A scopy. X. X. I wonder what the rule is. You see this right here? It's breaking it up into, like on the eighth note, which is fine. But if you notice, it almost makes a little bit more sense to have this one connected. And we talked about notation before. Like, when you have the staff going up, or stave, however you want to pronounce that, it's about how many lines touch it or how many flags touch it. The flags can touch it in the front of it, or they can be on behind it, or they can be through it. But all those things mean the same thing. It's like how many are touching that stave, right? And in this case, it's touching it here, but then it leaves a space here, which I don't know. There must be some sort of rule set that's like, if I can split on a larger grouping, meaning like on the eighth notes, in this case, that's what it is, splitting it up on the eighth note, then leave a space there for ease of reading? Maybe. Maybe. It's a little weird, though. It's a little weird. All right, we're going to remove these 2 bars here. And we'll put all of this stuff together. Delete. Delete. There's not a shortcut for delete, I don't think. And then we're going to grab you to you, and then we're going to make that into a system. Appearance. No, it's layout. Make it to system. Good. And I think this is going to be good as like... Yeah. Now, I wonder if it's possible. Is it possible to take all the 3s and... Oh, my God. There you go. See if we can sort that one out. Just kidding. I would prefer the 3s to be on top, you know? Can I just, like, control all these and then maybe X to flop? Totally works. Perfect. All right, I'm going to grab this measure then, and we're going to paste it over here. X is my new best friend, guys. Look at that. I'll do that last bit. Perfect. All right, we're also going to take out our... Where is it? Text? No bar numbers. Slaps Twitch with a fish. What's up, Mechadom? How you doing, man? Are you guys not getting notified for this channel? I really would like to know. I really would like to know. Because Hermie wasn't either. She's like, are you streaming yet? I'm like, yeah. I'll work with the default bot that I have in here. You didn't get a notification? No? None of you guys did? I would probably if I was awake when it started. Okay, that's fair. I was sleeping. Yeah, that's a good excuse as well. Okay, time for lyrics. Who is ready for some lyrics? Okay, here we go. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Hold on. Spoilers. Oh. I hit undo and it like went somewhere weird. You got notified? Bongo got notified? The usual so-and-so is streaming email. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. So email notification? How do you guys normally get notified? Do you guys do email notifications, or do you guys get, where you guys like me, I turn those off. And I have a little like pop-up thing, like in the corner. It'll be like, blah, 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 it's now streaming. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Oh my God, wait for it, guys. Craziness. Email. Okay. Moving right along. There's going to be some spoilers in this measure too, guys. You ready? I know. I was searching through the thousands of streamers with the first four letters profit, and when I face palmed and realized you were probably hosting through We All Playcast. That's true. I am hosting through We All Playcast, yep. I think I could do this, though, right? We learned from last time? Yep. That's how you follow it as well? Because, right. I guess now that you're following, though, it probably will make it a little bit easier for tomorrow's stream. Right, left, 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 right, left. Okay, good. And that's just a repeat of that measure, so we can just grab those two. Copy and pasta. All right, this is the Blurta, guys. The Blurta. It's always kind of irritated me. Like when I write stuff, when I write things out, I've always done like all the staves the same height, regardless of whether it's a 32nd note or a 16th note. And it seems like it's a little arbitrary. Like, you see this 32nd note right here? It's so much closer to the line than this one. Like, why is this one like, we're special, we get to be taller? You know what I mean? It just doesn't look as clean. Same thing over here with the 16th notes. Like, this 16th note is like, this is a 16th note. We get more space than the 8th notes. I don't find you more important. You're just as important as the 8th. In fact, the 8th note tells you where the 16th note's going to be. But when I manually write things out, I always keep the top of the grouping always the same height. Yeah. Drum set. Tick, tick. Tick, tick. Drum set. Boop. Did I move that? I don't think I did. There we go. Because our 2 32nd notes pairs instead of 1? Yeah, but I mean, you're right. It's like it gets more space because it gets 2. But why does it make it taller? Like, this difference doesn't make any difference. If you feel me? Like, regardless of whether you need more space this way, which I get. Like, if it's too fast of a note, you're gonna have, like, you know, very, very tight space that's in there. But height-wise, like, this 32nd note's not gonna be able to be read any easier than this one or this one. I don't know if I understand that rule. Just a little funky. Actually, I'm curious now. I'm very curious now. If I would do this, That's why. Well, no. The 16 notes at the end. But if you notice that when I flipped it back around, so we're underneath, when we have the staves all going down, the 30-second note stuff lines up. But when they go up, it's like a special modification. I think it's actually, it's not that there's a rule for it, it's that there's not a rule for it, I think. All right, cool. Let's grab some repeats. Yeah. It's because the pickles don't like you. Because the pickles want to take over the world and you are preventing their cunning plans by keeping them locked away in jars. True. Looks like it's maintaining a minimal distance between the stave and the bottom flags. Yeah, I think you're right. I agree. Alright, that did the same weird thing. Okay, so I need to make sure... This was working in our previous lesson plans, but it's not on this one. Why are we spinning? No. You. Get rid of you. Put you there. There you go. Very good. You guys want to hear this? The Blurta? We'll play it at like 120. The Blurta. In 16 notes, triplets, and in 30 seconds. Here we go. Can I not just do the notes? I don't want to grab the measure, Mom. I want to grab just the notes. Well, you know how I am. I'm not like other kids. I'm just a little bit nervous. Why do they do like the John Wayne thing on that? It's so weird. Y'all ready? All right, cool. All right, here we go. All right, now tell me this doesn't sound like Hot for Teacher now. A little bit of Tom action on the top of that, but there you go. Basically, that's Hot for Teacher. And we're going to undo all of that. Perfect. All right, cool. And Habibi, you got the song down. Outstanding. How did it feel? PG, did I screw up? Damn it. Damn, it's PG, right? Swear jar. I want to see if there's like a new station or something, right? Search term, character, 3 minutes. What's this one? Chill, EDM, chirptune, ambient, epic, pop, upbeat, happy, hype, rock, mixed. 19 tracks are in mixed. Hype. Professor Swearjar, yeah. There was a grabbing comment that towed the line. 141 hours total. What's epic? 8 hours of epic music. Oh, James Flamestar. We talk to him all the time. Oh, so Professor Lou did not swear. Yeah. An actual swear jar for this stream? Maybe we should get that. Yeah. I'm hoping that there's not going to be too much. Me and Hermie talked about this too. By the way, cameras are coming. I'm getting a GoPro coming in. It's en route, actually, right now. But we got a GoPro coming in. That's going to be like the primary camera. This is going to be the first stream. It's a little different because, as you can see, even the setup that we have right now, there's a little old me down here in the corner. Yay. Over here. Whereas this, and then the computer screen takes up 90% of the stream. And we're geared for that already. A Canadian GoPro. It's true. It is true. But for the drum stream, the camera is going to be pretty much 100% of the stream. Right? So it's a lot different. So, yeah. It's more about getting better camera quality than it is about getting better capture quality, if that makes sense. Put a quarter in the jar next to you. I'll have to get another jar filled with quarters. Hold on. Just fill a jar with quarters over here. Place it over there. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a cool idea to do like a swear jar. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. And let's talk about it. When is the last time, raise your hands in chat, or raise your hands and then say like how long it has been since. When is the last time you made a purchase with cash? Last time you made a purchase with cash? Because I very rarely do. Like, very rarely. In fact, most of the time we use cash is like at a convention when it's like one person puts it on their card and then we pay for it. Yesterday for coffee? All right. I don't use cash like ever. You use it every day, Elm? Diet soda at work? Yesterday at work? Okay. Today? That's because your mom gave me $20 to grab coffee. Well, there you go. I guess I'm the weird one. Like, yeah, I really don't use cash very often at all. Like, at all. Because you don't really need to anymore, right? Like, almost everywhere. I mean, even like little vendors and stuff. Usually every day at work. Okay. I guess if you have like a vending machine, right? That would be a thing too. Barely use cash, except when traveling. Yeah, traveling's a big one. Conventions are a big one because, you know, that classic whole bunch of people out to eat. And rather than splitting the bill, one person will be like, I'll pick it up if you guys got like $20 or something, you know, whatever for your meal. You about lunch today, Raj? If I can use cash, I do. There are a few things that don't take cash. Oh, guys. This is going to get a little weird. All right? This is going to get a little weird. You all know me as Raj. Right? That's the in-game name. That's the whole thing. And a lot... Yeah, I get it. There's really no connection to that in this channel, though. Because it's not going to be gaming. So what should I be called on this channel? You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody new comes in, they're going to be like, what's this Raj stuff I'm talking about? You know what I mean? There's some places here in Germany that don't even accept card. Oh, really? I'm kind of surprised about that. I can just call you Sir Wood, PG and all. True. The Professor. I feel like that's too... It's Professor Woodshed because of the educational portion of it, but I don't need to be called Professor, you know? Like Professor. I mean, it sounds good, and that's flattering and all that, but I feel like maybe that's a little too proper. The Prof? Huh. Like, for us that are here, the Prof, Woody, it's... Because there is a disconnect there. I was thinking about that, too. I was like, there is sort of a disconnect. The only reason that I'm known as Raj and the other thing is because of my in-game name. Right? That's the only reason. Unless they have a chance to see your game and name, they still wouldn't know who Raj is. Exactly, Mechanom. So there's a disconnect. Like, there's not going to be gaming on this channel. This is going to be music on this channel. That's it. Referring to you as Professor Pottymouth in my head. All right. Professor Pottymouth. God. You know that moment where it's starting to get a little bit more... It got a little chilly outside today. It got a little bit chilly. But, like, inside was still yesterday's weather. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it hasn't, like... That hasn't flown through the house yet? Oh, you mean on We All Playcast? That's true. But we do have to have, like... It's a unique situation. We thought about this quite a bit, too. We All Playcast, you don't refer to us... You refer to us as We All Playcast as the conglomerate, but you need to have an individual name for each person. And that's where we go to our in-game names. Yeah. Hermes for sure, that's true. Yeah, this is a full-on about face for sure. There's not going to be any in-game reference. But it makes sense that we have sort of in-game names and we're consistent across the board. I'm Raj on Steam. I'm Raj over on Overwatch. You know, all the in-game stuff is Rajison. So, what do we call you? Because none of your username here flows nicely off the tongue. I don't know. It's Professor Woodshed, right? And yeah, you want to do like a one-syllable thing, right? And I've always thought that too. Like when I refer to somebody, it's like 3 or 4 letters for a name. Except I guess on Twitch you can kind of like ping somebody, but I don't say, you know, I don't say like We All Playcast Hermie in chat, but I'll ping We All Playcast Hermie, but I'll say Hermie. Prof would probably stick. Could be interesting. Woodshed is like a last name, though, for all they know. Raj could be your first name. That's true. I've had this problem, though, in the past where you guys all know me. You see my face on stream. But before people hear my voice and find me first and know my name is Raj, guess what they picture? Raj, I'm going to add you on Steam now. Sure, you go right ahead. Go right ahead. Just remind me, all right, don't take offense if I don't accept right away. It's not my normal, like, day-to-day process to just check my Steam invites, right, basically. And then make sure that you tell me what your username is on Steam, too. I have no problem about adding people on Steam. No problem at all. But I get a lot of random invites from, like, stuff. And if I don't know who it is, I don't accept it. So you have to remind me, basically. That's why my short name got shortened even more. Lazy friends don't want to use both syllables. Yeah, exactly. I would just call you Meh. That's funny. Okay. So here is our movement exercise. Now, we're going to talk about this. This is going to be... it's one of those exercises that this is all that needs to be written on the sheet. This is it. There's nothing more that needs to be written on the sheet for this movement exercise. This is what we talked about just briefly, and I think it kind of sparked a little bit of discussion about drums taking a lot of coordination. But basically what this is you apply these movement tactics to these rhythms. It does throw you when somebody calls you Raptor. Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, I'm at a loss, like what I should be called on this channel. And again, you guys are all coming from We All Play Cast, so that's awesome, by the way. That's totally awesome. I'm just thinking for new folks because it is a very that's going to be so such a departure, if you know what I'm saying. That's what the Dom is my name for. It's my nickname. Oh, Dom. There you go. There you go. That makes sense. You know, I don't know how I feel about this, guys. I'm going to be doing this Professor Woodshed. I'm going to be showing you all my drum tricks. I'm going to be showing you all my drum tricks. And the thing is, I'll play them first, and you'll be like, that's awesome. That's super impressive. And I'll be like, it's this with this. And you're going, oh, that's not that hard. I don't know if I want to show you all the drum tricks. Man, that's not that hard. My drum philosophy, though, it's always been, for me, it's there's parts of training to train as a musician to become a musician, where you become an actual musician. And yeah, this is coming from a drummer. Yeah, you heard me right. From a drummer to be an actual musician is to have such an understanding of your instrument and the thing that you're playing, whether that be guitar, vocals, drums, keyboards, you name it. All those things, you need to have such a high level of understanding of what sound that you're creating that the last thing that you're thinking about is what part you're playing. This stuff is all about practice room and training. That's what all this is. For a performance element, if you are so like center focused on like, okay, what is the drum part and you're here, you're missing out on a whole bunch of things that are like this. As long as you don't tell. Well, that's a conundrum, isn't it? So we have so what you start to do is you start to listen to everything else but your instrument, and you go, okay, that's happening there, that's happening. Oh, are we doing this? Are we doing this? All right, cool. I know what sound to create. I know that this makes this sound. This makes this sound, and you start playing. The last thing you're thinking about, and it's funny. There was actually a moment when me and my bass player were jamming out to a tune. I think it was like a Steely Dan tune or something like that, and he's over there doing this. I'm just jamming out on the drum part. That's my bass player. And I'm over there going. And we caught each other doing it. It was the greatest thing. So like I'm jamming out and I'm like jamming on the bass part, you know, I'm just like, you know, air bass playing. And I look over, he's air drumming. And he's like, this is funny because it's exactly what we listen to. It's like when I'm playing a tune, I'm thinking more about the bass part than I am about the drum part. I'm just playing. What I'm doing at this point is like I listen to the bass part and I go, okay, this feels good with that. Yeah, this feels good with that. So the philosophy is also, there's another part of it, and this is one of the things that has got me more gigs than I can ever tell you, is by taking that one step further and taking that listening aspect as a musician. What you want to do is you want to give where is the focal point at any given spot of the music? It's the middle of a verse, right? Middle of the verse, the vocalist is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They're doing, well, not really crazy stuff, but they're doing the vocal line. They're doing the vocal line. If I'm going like crazy fills and doing all kinds of just and stepping all over the line, although it technically fits within the music, it doesn't actually fit the part, or it overextends over top of the focal point at that point. So is it vocals? Is that the focal point that's there? Is the focal point guitar solo? Is the focal point a whatever it is? Is this a vamp section where we can kind of experiment a little bit? Maybe the bass drums and piano kind of play off each other a little bit, have a little bit of call and response stuff going on. But listening and giving the proper amount of space got me more gigs than I could tell you. And I can tell you right now, like, there's some gigs that all you got to do is make something that's super solid, super solid. It overshadows the rest of the song and stepping all over toes. The biggest culprit of that is, well, a lot of drummers are the culprits of that, and guess what? They don't get called back on gigs. Has anybody been to a gig that saw this drummer that's like, they'll be playing like Eric Clapton's like Cocaine or something like that? And they're like, guess what? They don't get a call back. Because although we can all sort of do that after a certain level of practice, it's not appropriate for the time and the place. You know what I'm saying? We all know about that drummer. And that drummer's also the dude that you can tell. He's the dude that's always like this. He's like basically staring at his snare drum. And he looks up and like, oh, did the song stop? Because I was just jamming. You know, I was just doing my thing, playing my stuff. But yeah, sometimes you just got to be laid back. Yeah, well, I've seen it happen. And there's also like some very, very basic concepts too, like 2 and 4, 2 and 4. Super simple. It's the backbeat of a song. But that's also what keeps people moving. That's the driving factor. And there's ways to do expressions on the 2 and 4. There's this classic blues thing where you actually lag a little bit on the 4. It's like zoom, ja, do do, da, boom, ja. And you're a little forward. All right, so here's the thing. Every single beat, I'll explain this by counting. If I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a length to when you actually say 1. All right, versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But even that has a length to it. And on those individual lengths, you could be on the note technically right. And you could be a little bit ahead and a little bit behind. And what that is that starts to change the feel and the flow. A lot of rock beats will be the snare drum will be just a little bit ahead, or a lot of times it's just like straight on the beat. But like utilizing that feel flow of like where your backbeat is can change quite a bit. Like that, like I said, lagging just a little bit on the 4 on a blues song, just kind of goes, ooh, and settles it back into a pocket. You can still dance to it, you can still flow to it, but it's just like, ooh, we're in now. It's just like deep pocket back in there. So there's a lot of like feel aspects that go into it. But like 2 and 4 is a really, really big one. And if you've ever been at a gig that the drummer can't keep 2 and 4, A, sounding the same the entire time, and B, at the same rhythm, like crack, 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 tick, crack, crack. You're like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? If they can't keep that 2 and 4 and backbeat consistent, I don't care that you're playing 6 tuplets on the kick drum, man. You're playing all these notes. You how my violin instructor explained it to me, Raj, because there's a similar thing. To what? There's a purpose and a point to what rhythms are there, and you have to understand instrumentation, though, too. All right, and I want to talk a little bit about drum corps, which is like marching band, drum corps, and then drum set playing. And I'm going to talk about the major differences between it, and this applies to violin as well. Apart from like a quartet ensemble, a lot of times, like in a quartet situation, what? Would I say something? The counting the length between notes, it's important. Did I do something wrong? Did I curse again? I might have. All right. Anyway. She got chosen for the band thing? Nice. Oh, so it's a good Raj, not a bad Raj. That's really good. That's awesome, actually. Yeah, she's gonna be rocking it. She's gonna be rocking it. All right, so basically, what was that? purpose and let's talk about the differences between the two things. Most of the time, when you're on a stringed instrument, you're going to be playing in sort of an orchestra situation, other than like, you know, small quartets or things like that, right? It's mostly in an orchestral situation. There are a few things that you are not responsible for as part of an orchestra. You are not responsible for the tempo. You have a conductor. The conductor is the one that's responsible for the tempo. And the same thing goes for drummers in a drum line for a marching band. The drum major is the one that's responsible for the tempo. Now, technically, it's actually the drum line, and the drum major is supposed to follow the drum line, but don't tell them that. All right, but anyway, it's it's kind of true. But even then, when you're in the drum line, if you're not like the center snare, you need to listen in and follow somebody else's tempo. It's one of those things. So I'll find a lot of times you get like a drum set player that's coming from like that kind of background. You got chops. I mean, like some serious chops. But it really doesn't have the concept of like internalizing a beat, because the internalizing of the beat and getting all of those things, you know, just kind of like your heartbeat. The song feels here. The song is here and it's centered. You go, okay. And then you could do this. Tend to think a little bit more note-wise, and if somebody isn't like leading the tempo, you'll lose a lot of that. And a lot of early drummers do the same sort of thing. And that will cross over in a lot of ways to other instruments as well, as like you know, violin, for example. It's typically not something that you're responsible for the tempo that everybody else has to reference to, if that makes sense. You're not the gas pedal. You're the lead instruments. It's not exactly what I meant as mainly for talking about the counting length between the notes. Sorry for the confusion. Counting the length between the notes it's important to recognize the space. Like, how much space do you have in between like the different notes? And you also have to talk about two things. You have to talk about notes, which is impact points, and then also in between the impact points of the note and then note length. For drums and straight rhythm, we don't deal with note lengths other than rolls, when we start to get into like rolls and things. But I thought it was that song, Hermie, by the way. The space between notes becomes the most important thing, because that tells you where the next attack occurs. Rushing the one is a big no-no. But yeah, interpretation of the rhythms it's one of the things that the drum set player is responsible for. And it's one of the things that you get a ton of players that can play really, really well. The Tetris song in the background, I know, Megadom. I was looking over there. It's called Ode to Blocks. Well, you can see it right there. It says it. All right, dudes. I'm going to take a quick little break. Last break of the day stream today. And when I come back... I have a couple other things that I'd like to do. I'm going to do a 30-second note sequencing one. I want to see how to make sure to do that. I want to get that exercise going. You have note length, and usually violin you can count quickly. That's true. I'll talk about a few concepts in terms of rhythms as well, and where rhythmic responsibility happens. And again, different instruments have different things that they're responsible for. Note length is a thing that's basically from everybody but the drummer in a lot of ways. But a lot of other instruments don't take that into account. And then one other thing I will say, and this happens a lot in like orchestral and even classical pieces, you tend to, there's a lot of fluctuation of tempo. There's like, we want this to kind of have a little bit of a slowdown to it. We want to have a little bit of a speed up on this portion, which is good for like swells and good for emotional portions of the music. Like there's some highs, there's some lows. Classical pieces do the same thing. A lot of times when you're doing like drum set and people are dancing, because that's, you know, let's face it, 99% of the time when you're playing drum set, people are usually up and dancing, and if they're not, you're not playing it right. So, but you need to keep that more of a consistent tempo, and you need to internalize that in like some crazy way. All right, guys, I will be right back. Enjoy the very calming Tetris by James Flamestar. Guys, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Pro Screens. And I'm back, guys. I'm back. Professor Woodshed is back. The Prof? Maybe? Maybe. You felt like that song deserved a huge, somber ballroom dance setting. Cool, guys. So we can talk rhythm. We can talk rhythmic responsibility and concepts and ideas. And I love talking about it. And it's a lot of... There's a transition that occurs. And again, there's things that you need to work on with practice room, and there's things that you work on to performance. Like practice like you perform, that's always a big thing. People have said that many, many times over the years as well. But there is a very big point to, if you can hit something, basically you want to be working the stuff in the practice room that you can't get 100% of the time. On a performance, though, you want to make sure that you are 100% accurate on all the things that you do. So, and that changes from night to night, quite frankly. Like, sometimes you'll have, like, you'll go for a part, and it just didn't work that night. You know what I mean? Like, you weren't really feeling that part, so you got to kind of mix it up a little bit. So you got to have a little bit of flexibility in terms of, like, what you can do. So, by that token, that flexibility comes with a greater understanding of, quite frankly, getting off the page a little bit. The page is there as a reference point to break down practice things that you are weak at, maybe something that you need to make something for a strength, as a strength. Now, let me do this. Look at our movements. Let's finish up this. And so the general rule is this. What I always say is the quarter note is truly the keeper of the beat. And what I mean by that is learn everything in reference to the quarters. If you learn everything in reference to the quarters, you can play anything with anything else. If you can only play something within a context of something else, then you can only play it within that one context. So practice it at various tempos. Practicing with the metronome and all those things are very good as well. But you got to internalize that stuff. And look at some examples for that for sure. All right, I'm going to do a 30-second note sequencing exercise now. 30-second note sequencing is good for warming up and getting your diddles. And this is something that we'll be talking about with more when it comes down to like drum technique. And this is a full course meal, if you know what I'm saying, guys. This is just the notes on the page. We haven't even started to talk about like how to hold the sticks and the various techniques that there are for that. There are 3 basic grips when you are holding the drumstick. Number 1 is a French grip, 1 is a German grip, and 1 is an American grip. Always like to equate it to language. If you French language has a lot of vowels, has a lot of like, you know, very flowing, not a lot of like harsh stops. And the French grip is the same way. And the French grip is used primarily for when you want to have very small amount of impact. I'll go to paint for this one for explanation. So say you have a cymbal. All right, we'll say, oh my God. Here's our cymbal surface. And the stick will come down, and the stick will hit the cymbal surface here. Like so. Now, if you do like a high-speed camera on the cymbal surface, there's actually a point that you maintain contact with. These things are connected to a certain amount of point. And the different grips change how long or short that contact point is. French grip just happens to be the one that you have the least amount of pressure. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to remember not to make offhand comments. Here's the thing. I'm going to try to remain PG. You guys try to as well, but I'm not going to be like super strict if you slip up. You guys know what I'm saying? You guys just call me on it. But yeah, I know what you mean, Ariana. I have that trouble too. All right. So French grip has a very minimal impact point, and what that allows things to do, like a cymbal, like maybe a large cymbal, like a ride cymbal. I can't write letters very well with a mouse for some reason. All right. So you have like a ride cymbal, and that low impact point of like actually allows the cymbal to make the most vibrations. And if we go to a physics point, the physics of drums, my friends. When you hit a cymbal at this point, so here's the center, here's the center bit, right? There's the center. And we have an impact point here it creates a wave that starts from this point and goes out. Right? Just like dropping a pedal in a pond. And then when it hits the edge of the surface, it actually does a little bounce back thing as well. So what you end up getting with the cymbal as you hit it on these different zones, like this mid zone of the cymbal, you'll get this wave essentially of the cymbal doing this. So there's the basic cymbal surface, and then you hit it at this impact point, and you'll get this wave point that it does this. By having minimal impact, it actually allows this to resonate as much as possible. When you change the grip up and you start getting things like a German grip is a very, has a lot of consonants, very kind of strict language, and the sound that you get out of the German grip is the same way. You're going to get a very short, not so much dampened, but you get a lot more impact point from the stick, the actual stick head to the surface of whatever you're playing with a German grip. And because of that, you get a lot less of this vibration. Now, there's certain drums that we want that on, like the snare drum. We want a very short sound on the snare drum. We want to have it be played directly in the center of the head. So instead of this thing happening, you get this thing happening on the center of the head. When you have an impact point in the center, you get this wave happening, and as soon as it hits the edge, it cancels itself out this way. If that makes sense. The puddle will ripple and the puddle will back out, but it's counteracting forces. And because you have a little bit of more impact point actually with the head surface itself, that acts as in itself its own dampening point. Now, it doesn't mean you bury the stick. You still want to be able to like access the rebound. Rebound is huge, by the way, when it comes to drumming. But you still get rebound, but just the grip itself causes it to have a fraction. I mean, it's very, very small, but it creates a lot of different tones in terms of a big difference in tone of like what you get out of the drum. So that's just a basic overview of those. Now, the American grip is in the middle. It's the melting pot, as it were, and it's what most drummers use. This is the American grip. It's the most comfortable because it's not way up here and it's not way out here. It's in the middle. But that's brief examples of that. It's a full course meal, guys. I got all the stuff. All right, let's go to our 30-second note sequencing, guys. Let's do it. File, new. This. Ink pen, instruments. In this case, we're going to be using snare drum only. Add to score. Okay. We're going to call this 30-second note sequencing. Yeah, there's another exercise I want to do too. The singles. The singles. All right, you ready for this? It's going to be super easy, guys. You ready? We're going to make a bunch of 16 notes and go. Is this C? Yep. Oh my God. Why is it crossed? Are we in like, Are we in note type 2 or something? No? Why? Why? Okay. One, two, three, four. I need to grab another measure of this. Yep. And then we're going to need to grab 5 more bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Good, good, good. Go ahead and copy all this stuff once again. Can I get the bar, please? Thank you. And then shift it all the way to there. Copy and paste. All right, good. Now, where are you at? I love you. I love you. 2 tremolos. Great exercise. Perfect. Nailed it. All right, let's see, we got it. Boom, boom, boom. Go. Nailed it. All right, cool. All right, we'll do just a little bit of lyrics here. And let's go ahead and add this up. Right, left, 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 and then continue with that going on and on and on and on. All right, good. All right, cool. 30-second note sequencing. Pretty simple exercise, guys. It's all about getting those rolls going on. Yeah, it's a diddle exercise. Let's go ahead and save it. That's good. It's good to go. Oh, wait. I don't want to take out the bars, though. And I want to add repeats. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to escape twice. Go to bar line and go end repeat. Bam. And then we're going to go escape twice. Bar line, start repeat, and then bam. Good to go. Easy peasy, nice and easy. Did I save the previous file? I don't know if I did. Save. I did not. Save. Where's the other one at? Ah, movement. File save. Movement. Cool. 30-second note sequencing. I think it's good. Honestly, that's like good to go. That's a super easy one. All right, next one up is going to be singles. We're going to do new, blank staff, style ink pen, change instruments, snare drum at the score. Got it. This one's going to be called Killer Singles. Professor Woodshed. Bam. Create it. Okay. Now on this one, this is an interesting exercise that building up single speed is a lot about understanding your rebound and understanding like finger motion. Finger motion is very, very, very important when doing this. Finger motion, be able to get all of these fingers working very, very well together. And also over here, or thumb. Traditional versus match grip. But yeah. And one of the best ways to build up the singles, I find, is to start to get a feel for what does it feel like to play each individual hand at this fast pace. And we're going to do that. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do some triplets on this. Right, yeah. And this one's played quite quickly, too. Okay, so we're going to start with our eighth notes. I cannot play it yet. I need to make one note first. Good. Control 3. Eighth note, Control 3. Quarters. Space out. Eighth note. Control 3. Dude, I love that. That is so good. How easy is it to input all this awesome stuff? Do you know how difficult this used to be, guys? Oh my god, it was impossible. All right, now we're going to do a 16th note. And we're going to add that on the snare drum, and this is going to be Control 6. Back up by 1. No, that's right. Oops. quarters. There we go. Perfect. 16ths. Snare. Control 6. Back up by 1. Control 6. 4. Snare drum. Perfect. All right. Killer singles. This one really, really helped me out quite a bit to do this exact exercise. It's really getting the feel and flow of understanding the rebound, understanding finger control, getting all those things in order. Cool. All right, now we'll go to the lyrics. All rights, all lefts, and then our combination exercise. Okay. Okay. And that's basically it. What we're doing is we're opening up our right hands. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Right about this tempo. Maybe like 140 or something like that. If we do a view on our transport, let's take a look. And how about we do this? We're going to go grab our repeats as well. Escape twice and go to our layout and text. Layout, play, appearance. No. Note inputs, notations, bar line. That's what it is. Start, repeat. And there you go. And escape twice and bar line and repeat. And bada bing, bada boom. Easy exercise. But again, working through the singles, guys. Working through the singles. Pete. Super important one. Good. Very good, very good. Cool. And that is good. Killer singles. Killer singles, file save, and good to go. Good to go, good to go, good to go. Killer singles. Super easy to do this, guys. I'm getting faster and faster as time goes on. File, new. Blank. Ink pen. Shuffles. One of my specialties, by the way. Oh. Cool. What happened to the title? What's my title on this one? Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think about the best way to start to break this down. Because running out the full beat at first is going to be a little bit much, I think. Yeah. All right. I think we can do a title, though. Let us do the title. That should be good. Where's that at? Title should be in here. Title and blank pages. Composer, blank page. Blank top. Where's the title? Where's the title? Subtitle? Title. Boom. You cannot create a blank page on a music page. Where's the title then? Like if I don't... How about we do this then? Let's close it. Don't save changes made to shuffles. No. File. New. Blank. Jazz Opus. Change instruments. Add drum set. Add to score. Okay. And then we're going to call this Shuffles. By Professor Woodshed. Okay. Create it up. Okay, that works. I don't know how to do that like later on. It's weird. All right. On to notation. Oh, the shuffle, my friends. Let's start with an eighth note on the hi-hat, shall we? That would be a hot time, yeah? We'll do some halftime shuffles, I think. I think it's over here, right? Right. So we're going to back up. We're going to go Control 3. And then... Good. Back this up and go. Why do you do that? Why does it do that? Oh, God. What are we... No, undo whatever the hell that was. Stop that. Stop. There we go. No. Go to the note. N. Oh my gosh. Undo whatever. Undo. N. No. N. This is not the note. Why are you doing this? So how's everybody's day going? What has everybody had for lunch today? What has everybody had for lunch today? How about now? There you go. Kind of wish you would group that. I wonder if there's a shortcut for that. That'd be kind of nice. I really kind of want that grouped. Can I? This arrow key jumping to this 3, I have no idea why it's doing that. Nothing yet? Sibelius. Force note grouping. Groupings. Changing beam groups. Alright. I found that I cannot change beam groups to apply to notes and rest and I haven't been routed. This is a change of groups. Default beam groups are set when you create your time signature. Click the beam and rest groups button in the dialog to make your choice. The beam and rest button. Pizza today. You haven't eaten yet today? You're gonna have some pumpkin baby food? Ah, I can't really chew yet. I gotcha. Gotcha. Notations. Note inputs. It says click beam and rest. Is that on home? Select graphic, bars, more? Select more. There's nothing to select. Okay. Bars, capture idea, notations, note input. Input devices, we got voice. Yeah, change the voice of the selected objects. Reduce or explode. I got all that. That's for more of chord things. I do want to do that. Where is this telling me to do this? It says, default beam groups are set when you create your time signature. Click the beam and rest groups button in the dialog to make your choice. I understand that default beam groups are created automatically when time signature is chosen. However, what I cannot work out is to change the default beam groups to something else and thereafter to apply the rest of the score. I found after I started the default beam groups do not work for the rhythms. Thanks for your support. Okay. See this most recent post for changing beams after the fact. I need to sign in for that. Great. How to edit beams is controlling layout and auto manual breaks in Sibelius off notes. Take control of multi-rest in Sibelius and Finale. Sibelius users are dealing with beams. How to fix stuttering during playback in Sibelius. Yo, this is not, like, even the same spot. I wanted something more savory instead of just a fruit, but the thought of chicken or beef-flavored baby foods, oh, yeah, they're gross. No, they are gross. You're not wrong on that at all. Maybe. Maybe there's a shortcut. We'll find out. Nope. Undo that. That adds a note on the octave. Okay, I got it. Okay. Appearance, maybe. System objects? Reset note spacing. No. No. Make it a page split, break systems, document size. What about this? All right, this is a lot of document setup stuff. Right, we have all of our spacing things here. This doesn't seem to be where I want. Notations. Was there like extra things here somewhere? I mean, I have all this stuff, which is great. Flips the graphic horizontally or visually. Note inputs. Is there more stuff here? Maybe. Note inputs. Note input preset. Duration before pitch. Input devices. Textures. Paper, white, cotton paper. Okay. Specifically pitch. We have our AKM. AKM 320. Wow, it actually knew exactly what it was. Interesting. Interesting. Respell, re-input pitches, repeat, transpose. Pumpkin is gross too. I'm in agreement with that. Record, renotate performance, above and below, explode, reduce, half double note values, transformations. I'm not seeing anything that's like groupings though. I want to group this entire triplet together. I don't want it to be split. 0 out of 10 with not putting mouth again. I can understand that. You are this one, right? It's going to be snare drum and there you go. And then I need an eighth net rest. And then actually I need to make that a triplet. And then go to that one, and then that's going to be another hi-hat. See, that's ugly. I don't like this. I don't like this. Just don't feel that good. You know, it don't feel that good. Oh, no, anyway. I didn't want to do that anyway. I want to go back to this note. Make that just that. Please. Please don't do that. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I hit the exact same key. Now it's an X. Why? 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 Oh, it's a half note. That's what it was. Control 3. Go back to this note and replay it as this. Boop. That's kind of being a pain in my buttocks. My buttocks. I don't want you to be acrostic. I would like you to be a nice, fat snare drum. You know what I mean? Kerplunk. Kerplunk. Note type normal. All right, there we go. Hi-hat. And control 3. Nice, cool. Groupings look not as nice as I would like. All right, so let's go ahead and add our voicing number 2. It's just something they do with baby food, like they think babies have no taste buds. Yeah, right? Right? As soon as I add voicing number 2, this should flip-flop it. All right, good. Grouping's still not where I need it to be. 1, 2, and 2, and. All right. Then we need to move this over just ever so slightly. There's going to be an 8th note here. In this case, it's going to be a dotted 8th note rest, and then followed by a... No, actually. Dotted 8th note rest? No, it could just be a quarter rest, I guess. Now I'll take the dot off. Make it a triplet. Let's do it that way. That makes the most sense. And I think this is F? I know it's F, but it's not, is it this F on the keyboard? Just so you guys know, like when I'm doing this keyboard input, it's like this octave over here is sometimes where the hi-hat and snare drum are, and then I'll transpose it over on this side, and then it'll sort of like swap where that is. But I got to make sure that it's on the right you know, like this is the F, but sometimes it was this F. That was the not this F for the bass drum. Oops. Bump my microphone there. All right, cool. And then we're going to go ahead and do another 8th notes portion here. Drop that into some triplets. Do ka boo boo ka. I mean, this is right, but the groupings are really bad. Huh. I mean, that might feel pretty good. I'm trying to think about, like, how crazy do I want to get with this? Because, again, part of this is, like, it's supplemental instruction, right? It's supplemental instruction. It's not, like, the end-all, be-all, because as I've been kind of talking about quite a bit, is it's not so much that it's important to have exactly the same thing the entire time. Like, to really focus on notes on the page. All right. Let's hear how you sound here, buddy. How are you sounding? mean, okay. It needs to be a little faster. Let's look at our transport here. Let's get a little quicker. And maybe take that guy out. Actually, let's move that guy to an eighth note. And let's move that guy to a triplet. And let's make that guy here. All right. And then boom. And then go ahead and rest you up. There you go. And do the same thing here. This is one of those nice little things I like to do called phrasing. And, yeah. All right, make that enough. All right, good. That one, back to rest. Cool. We start making a 2-bar phrase. Get it a little bit nicer as things go. And we're going to go ahead and remove this bar here. Maybe not yet, actually. Let's go ahead and do this to this. I didn't hit shift. I hit control. We're going to make that one a system. Yeah, that is just busy in the bad ways, like in a really bad way. I don't like things written to. I like them to be written to make the most sense possible, and that looks really ugly. It shouldn't be that bad. Okay, maybe if I do this and do like drum set rather than, you know, not that, cleans it up a little bit, but it's still not great. Let's grab escape twice, notations, bar line, start repeat, drop you here. Escape twice, bar line, end repeat, drop you here. Cool. And yeah, let's try that. And then we'll go view our transport, and let's get you bumped up there. All right, very good. This needs a little work. Try it again. Nice. All right, cool. I'm going to start with that for right now. Let's do a little review of like what we got going on today. This is our shuffles. This needs a little bit of work in formatting. Shuffles are a huge part. So we got our shuffles beats. We got our killer singles done, which is working our various things here. All right, so good. Good. Killer singles are done as well. All right, very good. All right, that's done and saved up. 30-second note sequencing is complete. 30-second note sequencing is a good one. I feel like you should be rapping the words of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What, with a shovel beat? With no feel, maybe. Shovel beat has a lot of feel to it. All right, but check this out. Here's really what it is. You guys ready? This is what it really is. You got a couple of different tracks. You guys ready? Another one. You got a ton of them. Yeah. But as the beat itself, I get what you're saying. Yeah, what's up, Postal? How you doing today? How you doing? But yeah, like the shuffle from that sort of standpoint does kind of sound like that. But those are your tunes. You got your Rosanna. You got your a Fool in the Rain from Led Zeppelin. You got Reeling Into Years, Steely Dan, and a whole bunch of other tunes. Just a whole bunch of other songs like utilize the shuffle. Migraines suck. I'm sorry, Postal. I'm sorry, Postal. All right. We got our movement exercises, which are pretty good. We'll go ahead and give this one a listen to real quick here. And do we have this one sped up? We did. Oh, stop. This is the one that we swapped over our this program is so good. All right, we need to do play, performance, and now we're not doing that shuffle anymore. We're going to be doing straight. Okay, good. All right. Again, back up to the beginning. Here we go. 126. Here we go. And a 3 and 4 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and a 4 e and a 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e and 1 e and e 4 and e 4 Good stuff. All right, cool. And then there's that one. And then we have all of our Latin beats, guys, that we did all these today, too. And we broke down a lot of that stuff, a lot of those things. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. Do you want... Oh... You want to create a version and save the changes you did now. Cancel this. All right, we're going to go ahead and save this right now. Just so we have it. So it's correct. All right, we should be good. All right, good. All right. And then open. Where's my open? There's like starter score, blues, funk, jazz, Latin, reggae. What do they have for Latin on this? Hold on. Let's see. The salsa, the Latin jazz, the bossa nova. Nice. All right, open other. How about my stuff? Can we open my stuff? And where is our... Oh, drum set Latin styles. Here we are. All right, cool. Let's take a gander, shall we? Quarter equals 66. Whoa. Let's speed that up a little bit, shall we? My goodness. You don't get a good feel for that at all. All right. That extra ghost notes aren't being played properly, which is makes the Nanago kind of crappy. I can't wait to play that actually correctly. It makes it sound really good. All right, guys, that is what we're going to be calling it today. I think you guys had fun. A little bit of educational stuff. A lot of things are going to become a lot more... Like, we're all over the place because I'm doing like 20 different lessons basically within this one stream because we're doing all the supplemental things that we'll go into, like this portion and this portion, when I'm able to get to behind the drum set and play, you know what I'm saying? Get all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you guys had fun, and I had a good time. Second stream on Professor Woodshed, so I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And I got no special breaks, end screen or anything like that. So, guys, we'll see you tonight, 8:30 for Eco. Thanks for joining me, guys. See you. Bye, everybody.